How are you 2 points up to Biden? He can't talk, he can't walk, can't find his way off a stage.
The American Loudfest continues with yet another sequel. As usual, news continues to circulate regarding the Republican Party and its presidential candidate, Donald J. Trump.
President Biden moments ago challenged Donald Trump to debate as soon as next month. This would be by far the earliest general election debate.
Contrasted with the high-stakes courtroom drama, the United States presidential debate, which takes place prior to the presidential elections, is clearly approaching with its dates already set.
I myself would never recommend going on a stage with Donald Trump, but the president has decided that's what he wants to do. I think the format he is suggesting is a good one.
Donald Trump and President Joe Biden are scheduled to appear on a stage for a clash of titans on CNN and ABC respectively on June 27th and September 10th respectively. However, it appears that Trump may not follow the script as this narrative suggests.
Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. Since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice.
After being beat in his 2 presidential debates in 2020 when he lost his election, it's unsurprising that some predict he'll think twice about doing so again.
I love it. Flying pigs out of the courthouse. Look at this. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my God, perfect timing. Oh shit. The guy won't like my face. Whose face is on it? Somebody's face is on it. Oh, I love it. Look at this. Can't make this shit up, bro. And they kept going. Oh, it's Alvin Bragg's face on the balloons. Oh, some of them at least. Not big for that one. Alvin Bragg and the other can't make it up. Everybody's recording, so amazing.
With the Democrats never having extended an invitation for such a debate and Fox News mention making matters worse, Trump's tweet quoting this clip seems more indicative of insanity than delusion. One might wonder what game the former president is playing.
I'm not allowed to testify because this judge who's totally conflicted.
Given the direction the ongoing hush money court case has taken after Donald Trump's claims of going to testify turned out to be him doing the opposite and causing chaos, it is debatable whether, in the middle of all the drama, his words' credibility hasn't declined.
This is a witch hunt. This is to damage crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country by far, to damage his political opponent, that's all.
The most logical conclusion would be that he plans to back out of the forthcoming presidential debates, which he has already committed to.
There was a story in the left-wing blog Politico yesterday that basically said that the Republican candidates were too small. Let me look at it. That they were uninspired, that there was a talent gap, that there was going to be a second-rate presidential nominee.
Given its lengthy history of being swayed by Republican Party politics and its lack of credibility in a Democratic and nonpartisan platform, Fox's credibility is also appealing in this context.
If you're an activist, say you're an activist, but to pretend that you're a news person, to pretend that you're giving a fair and balanced view of things when in fact you have no credentials to do that, and your only history is to engage in activism, is to engage in politics, is to engage in propaganda, then that's an unfair portrayal of the news to the American people.
It's difficult to ignore the clear fingers that point to a suspicious relationship between Fox and the Republicans. But it's only a rumor, albeit a critical one.
Can you give us a question? I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not... Go ahead.
There have been many takeaways from U.S. officials to news organizations, as Trump has openly had his share of conflicts with CNN, his hosts for the United States 2024 first presidential debate.
Fox has admitted to telling lies about Dominion. Throughout this process, we have sought accountability. and believe the evidence brought to light through this case underscores the consequences.
All things considered, the information from these facts may indicate clearly that Fox News is a corrupt organization, or they may be simply impartial supporters of Donald Trump. It's unclear which is the case, with the first being indicated as the favorite.
This is a show trial. There is no actual crime or evidence.
The central segment, which is only just beginning, does justice to our topic and the conundrum surrounding the former president's state of mind. This tweet smells more of a joke, and in some ways, words that should be taken seriously in a web of relative confusion and surprise. Could Donald Trump be making sense, possibly after an internal meeting between the two parties? Or has his mental decline worsened? Again, he repeats this action in his tweet, painting a picture of 4 presidential debates to come while tarnishing the president's image with his usual scrutiny and jabs.
His behavior and temperament, not just with his incessant tweeting, but decision-making has raised numerous questions about his mental health.
The question is, who made such proposals to him? It's also not even a question because responses to the tweets made it abundantly evident that nobody has established all these. That given his age, he has most likely started having hallucinations.
I just want to debate this guy, but and I'm gonna demand a drug test too, by the way. I am. No, I really am.
Despite the abuses leveled at the former president's psychological well-being, it's clear that he's on a mission if we think straight. However, given his bizarre and distressing history of controversies, may he really benefit from playing these games at the moment? Even though these are only accusations, the ex-president knows where Fox News stands in the grand scheme of things politically, and knows he wouldn't have a chance to debate there.
$787.5 million. On the court steps, the boss of the voting machine company that brought the case.
Following the 2020 elections, Fox News was accused of destabilizing the country by airing numerous disturbing conspiracy theories against the winning party, resulting in a $787 million settlement, a trait that has stayed with them to this day.
Killing blow for the prosecution's case may have been Michael Cohen's latest bombshell admission. He fessed up to stealing $60,000 from the Trump Organization.
In a worrying cherry on top, their support for him during his current legal battles and their affiliation with his political campaign only bolsters the possibility that they are biased. But these are only allegations.
But if we don't win, I predicted you'll have a depression the likes of we had in 1929. Because these people are crazy.
It's clear that the Republican flag bearer dislikes being on the losing side, and evidence of his mind games may be becoming more apparent.
I have a Trump-hating judge with a Trump-hating wife and family whose daughter worked for Kamala Harris and now receives money from the Biden-Harris campaign, and a lot of it.
A man who never tries of throwing knives, and he's back at it again, slamming Judge Juan Merchan for colluding with the Democrats and being unafraid to drop his so-called ridiculous case. It is unclear what picture he's attempting to paint of Alvin Bragg, printed only days ago on the faces of indecent balloons hovering around the Manhattan courthouse walls.
Who would have thought they can't beat us at the ballot box, so they try and beat us through the law? That's the country in which we live, however.
Donald Trump has repeatedly mentioned election interference and rigging, and it's unclear whether his presidential ambitions are driving all of these dramas.
Full to a juror, and sometimes it facilitates a quicker verdict because the jurors just want to go home. And so Merchan will have to do something to stop this. Trump appears to be baiting him.
While it's evident that Alvin Bragg has no plans to drop the case, it's also hard to tell whether a judge is unfair or swayed by Democrats against Trump if he pardons Trump's gag violation orders and discards crucial evidence like the Access Hollywood tapes and Alan Weiselberger's severance agreement. Events such as Trump's 10 gag order violations, the MAGA Wild Truant incident, and the cultist brigade on red ties, which mocked the court trial and made fun of the judge's daughter, would seem to be a contributing factor to Juan Merchan's reputation as a very fair judge in this case.
The Biden administration is blasting former President Trump after he shared a video on his Truth Social account, which references a, quote, unified Reich if he won a second term in office.
It doesn't appear to be going well for the enigmatic 77-year-old, with more claims of his lack of credibility emerging.
Mr. President, do you plan to testify?
Yeah, I would testify, absolutely. It's a scam. It's a scam. That's not a trial.
As the clips show, he speaks vehemently about testifying in the trial, which he calls a scam. However, he has not done so recently, and despite complaining about being limited in his ability to speak, he may simply be misinterpreting the situation.
It is by no coincidence that you have Goldman, a member of House Oversight who's a Democrat, prepared Cohen for his testimony, is also retainered by the judge's daughter as a client. Does that seem like it's not sham to you? It is corrupt lawfare. It's the Biden prosecution.
Republican tactics during the trial have suggested that they want to disparage the judge, jurors, other accomplices, and even his family. While it is illegal to use defamatory language, Trump appears to be using this as evidence in support of his indictment.
Donald Trump now says he will not testify tomorrow at his $250 million civil fraud trial in Manhattan. The former president was expected to appear as a defense witness just as the defense wraps up its case.
This is just another example of Donald Trump breaking his word and refusing to testify in the civil fraud case he previously had with Eric. It would be assumed that he is the type of person who always makes a big deal out of things, and this one is no exception. The former president's unwillingness to take the stage whenever he is asked will always be a source of controversy. Uncertainty surrounds whether his embarrassing behavior will extend to the debating platforms, but his fictitious debate agreements involving Fox, NBC, and Telemundo paint such pictures.
When the word is that I'm 2 points up, I don't know if that's good or bad. How are you 2 points up to Biden? He can't talk, he can't walk, can't find his way off a stage, can't put two sentences together, although he has agreed to debate, so I don't know, maybe they know something.
In the event that his terms are not accepted, he could simply repeat his court drama by declining previously scheduled debates. In a wild and shocking tweet on May 18th, Donald Trump speculated on scenarios that appear far from reality. What could be next in line? What are your thoughts on the shocking and confusing tweets sent by the former President of the United States of America? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section.
What exactly is the crime that Donald Trump committed? Oh, wait. We have not heard a good answer to that question.
We can be certain that we will be paying close attention to further developments in the unraveling American political drama. More promises about the Trump case and all the attention-grabbing drama, because we're not going to stop here. This courtroom drama includes more than just a dropped gavel. Stay tuned. We will be back.